In this video, I'm going to share with you the exact 4-step strategy that I use with my clients to help them get a flat stomach and fix their bloating. I'm Phillip Gerard, I'm a gut health coach, I'm a strength coach, and I help men fix their digestion, lose fat, and build muscle. If you want more of this content, please hit that subscribe button below. It helps us out more than you know. Now, if you hang around to the end, I'm going to give you a sweet bonus. I'm going to give you another tip that's going to help you investigate a little bit further as to what's going on with your gut issues. So I recommend staying until the very end. Bloating can be caused by a handful of different things. So we really need to start getting our investigative cap on here before we start making any decisions. That's right, you're going to have to make a decision. Shit. Anyway, number one, the first thing you want to be doing is eating mindfully. Now, you don't want to be eating on the go, rushing around, eating in front of the TV, or even just scrolling your phone. This isn't going to help you. What you want to be doing is eating in a relaxed state. Bonus points for eating outside, but at least sitting down at the table away from any distractions. This is going to allow you to be in the parasympathetic state, which is also known as your rest and digest state. Really important. So if you are basically stressed out, you're going to be in this sympathetic state, which is more of that fight, flight, or freeze state. And that's going to put your digestion on the back burner. So you can see how that's going to be a bit of an issue here when you're trying to break down foods properly, and that can lead to things like bloating. So make sure you're eating mindfully. If you need to, before your meal, take a few deep breaths. You can do a simple 4 seconds in and a 4 seconds out, or if you're familiar with a box breath, you can do that too. That's just 4 seconds in, a 4-second hold at the top, 4 seconds out, and 4-second hold at the bottom. This is going to help you get into that parasympathetic state and allow you to digest food a lot better. Number two, find out where the bloating is occurring. And so this is where we need to get our investigative caps on and really start to notice these symptoms, because these symptoms are signals that our body is telling us that something isn't quite right. If the bloating is happening above the belly button, this is typically going to be happening in the stomach, usually caused by low stomach acid. If it's happening around the belly button level, this is going to be your small intestines, and this is typically due to some kind of dysbiosis in the small intestine. Now, if the bloating is happening below the belly button, this is typically the large intestine, which means there is most likely some form of dysbiosis in the large intestine. And if you're bloating around the whole region of the gut, it's likely that you've got multiple of these issues. Now, this isn't a hard and fast rule, this isn't an exact science here, but it is a really good guide just to see what's going on, and it does help you get into the body and to understand these symptoms a little bit better for yourself. There will need to be some further investigation to really know what's going on here, which I'll get to a little bit later in this video. Number three, once you've figured out where the bloating is occurring, you can decide what to do next. So if you are someone that was bloating above the belly button, what I recommend doing here is getting yourself some organic apple cider vinegar, make sure it's with the mother, and then put a tablespoon of that in 200 ml of filtered water and have that just before you eat or just after you eat. You can play around with the timing here just to see which one works best for you. That's going to help increase some stomach acid volume and obviously help you break down foods a little bit better. If this isn't working too well and you feel like you need a little bit more support, what you can do is take a supplement known as hydrochloric acid, or HCl for short, which I'll put a link below for you in the notes. Now, if you're noticing bloating anywhere else, below the belly button, around the belly button, or the whole stomach in general, I do recommend that you investigate a little bit further here, because we're not going to have enough information to be able to determine what to do next. So that brings me to step number 4, dig deeper. To get the best idea of what's going on with your bloating and your gut issues, getting your bloods assessed and analysed by a skilled health practitioner, ones that look at optimal or functional blood ranges as opposed to ones that look at conventional ranges. This, alongside a comprehensive symptom assessment, is going to give you a very clear picture for what to do next. Now, as I mentioned earlier, if you stuck around to the end, I was going to give you a sweet bonus to help you investigate a little bit further into what's going on with your bloating or other digestive issues. Now, I highly recommend using a company called iScreen in Australia to go and get your bloods tested. This means you don't have to go back and forth to the GP over a handful of weeks and paying whatever the gap is, which is most likely going to be more expensive than just purchasing a blood pathology form from iScreen directly, and it's super quick. Now, most often than not, I order the metabolic panel and vitamin D test for all of my clients. Very rarely would I use anything else, and this one covers a lot of the blood markers that we need to ascertain what's going on with your gut issues and your health in general. One thing I'll point out is that the blood ranges that they use at iScreen aren't the ranges that I use, and they only look at the markers individually and they don't assess patterns in the blood work to determine what could be causing your gut issues, but it's going to give you a good starting point nonetheless to see what's going on. I still recommend getting yourself a skilled practitioner to have a look at this blood work to then be able to see what's going on and give you the very next steps to get you to a healthier you. Now, if you're really struggling with digestive issues and you've had some supplements in the past, or you're looking to get some other supplements to see if they will help, I highly recommend you check out my video, 3 Awesome Gut Supplements is One Making You Worse. This is going to give you some information around a few gut supplements that I use with my clients, but one of them might not actually be for you. So it's really good to arm yourself with some information before buying random supplements. So go check out that video and I'll see you in the next one.